Hope they can't see any of those spots, those blemishes, those pimples. How you doing? How's your afternoon been so far? I haven't asked you how you're doing in a long time. I thought it's time for me to start doing stand-up again. My father passed. A year and a half? Not even, actually. In any case, even if it's a bit less, it's time to get back into the vibe. He passed. I don't think he wants me to sit in tears all day. Doesn't expect me to be in depression all day. Not that I ever did that. I've been smiling and dancing and laughing since he passed. But I've been getting on with it. I don't think anybody who dies expects us to sit in darkness and doom and gloom and depression. By the way, nowadays, everyone defines depression differently. Some define depression as being too happy. If you're too happy, it's a mirage. You're probably hiding something. Oh. If you're down and out, obviously depressed. If you're going through bereavement, just be careful. Don't do too much of it. You have all those experts who never lost a parent or relative in their life. Don't do too much of it. They become experts overnight because they supported others who went through bereavement, of course. Everyone's an expert nowadays. What is depression, by the way? Well, it depends who you ask. The experts out there, depression is any form of pressing it. You gotta laugh about it because, by the way, if you laugh about it, it takes off the weight. It eases the burden. Recently I found out that my ex, I didn't get this from the horse's mouth, but from two different very reliable sources, I found out that my ex said I died. She told them her truth. I'm dead. I'm gone. Told the children that I'm dead. First I said she told them, but I hadn't told you who she told. What difference does it make? You get the gist. I thought about it. I'm like, okay, so I died. I guess it's a dead person walking. A zombie of sorts. She's been watching too many films, I'll tell you. Some people watch too many films and they get carried away. By the way, I have this one brother-in-law who likes to antagonize. It's his nature. After my father passed, my sibling said, "You can't come to the Shiva. You're not welcome." It's like, okay, I guess I'm transgender, I'm retarded, I'm not normal. Fair enough, makes sense. So my brother-in-law turned to me and said, just come. Come, it's not nice. They're being really mean. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's so kind and caring all of a sudden. It's not his type. He's usually very antagonizing. He can be quite mean too. What's going on? Has he done a 180? Coincidentally, it so happens my brother-in-law, he liked to antagonize my late father too. And he really loved it when my sister wore really short skirts. My father was getting really eggy and upset about it. I noticed lately that my sister's my sister used to kind of go along with it, but I noticed she's very into sanctifying my father's name and respecting him, like something out of the norm. It's kind of out of the box for her. It's a bit extreme almost. But here's the punchline. My brother-in-law turned to me and said, you got to be very devout. You got to really take the Shema prayers, which Jewish people have to pray by a certain time every morning. You got to make sure that you're on time. 8:30, you can't say the prayers anymore. I'm like, and I'm going to use a different name so as to protect his privacy. I'm like, Jonah, that's kind of unusual if you're not all that religious. I mean, your wife had those short skirts, which you encourage her to wear, all as a means of antagonizing your father-in-law. I mean, now it's your late father-in-law. Maybe you become more devout, more religious. I thought to myself, something? If I actually did a 180 and I became very devout and serious, he'd probably change overnight. He's just doing the best he could to antagonize you in any way, shape, or form. It's really funny. Recently, my mother turned to me and she said, You're not modest. I could see a lot of skin. You're not modest. You wear long. You wear. I said long. Didn't I? You wear those short skirts. It's not good. It's not good. You gotta wear longer skirts. Gotta cover more skin. I thought to myself, okay, she's kind of accepting me as a woman. Because she told me I'm not a real woman. I'm faking it. I'm living a fake. Coincidentally, my brother recently tried to get me into conversion therapy, and he said to me, "You're living in sin," and he played to me tunes for repentance and tried very hard to get me to be devout again. He said, "Mom, every day, Mom tells me about it. Mom says you just gotta go back to the way you were." I'm like, yeah, I got it. To think to be somebody else's copy is a real thing, and very devout. Devout is all about creating copies. Recently I thought to be stupid enough to borrow from another comedian. As if I'm a comedian, right? Oh, well, I'm giving it a shot, hey. Everyone gets a fair shot, right? I heard this comedian talk about a very devout religious man who had a great trick up his sleeve. He had just annoyed his wife. She was sulking and crying. She was in a mess. She was very upset because I beg your pardon. She was very upset because he was in a same-sex couple, by the way. She was very upset because he antagonized her and he wasn't very nice to her and he was critical and he didn't listen to what she requested and she wasn't listening. He wasn't listening to her. Hello, it wasn't a same-sex marriage, okay? Can't help it. Yeah, it's on my mind. It wasn't a same-sex marriage. It was a religious man, and he had to rush off to the Mincha prayers, which is a prayer men pray in the afternoon with other men. They're very, very strict and very devout, by the way. It's a 10-minute prayer, but they usually stretch for a half hour. They have to catch up on the latest stocks and the markets and the news. And they tell the wife, we were very devout today, very strict in our practice today. That's why we were late. Just connecting and bonding with God is good. How else am I supposed to bring in the income? How am I supposed to pay the bills? Got to pray to God. Got to tell God to pay it, right? You think my job is enough? By the way, it's really interesting. Now this happened a couple weeks ago, a short while after Trump was elected. Was it a short while? Yeah, it was about a week or two later. This guy turns to me and said, "Wow, there's still a few of them left." I was like, "What do you mean? Few of them? Who's that?" "You crazy, retarded, weird transgender people." By the way, did I use the word retarded? It's not used nowadays. I said, yeah. Why shouldn't we be? I don't even live in America, for God's sake. It's like, oh, we're safe. The trans people in America are going to disappear now. Trump said he'll get rid of them. All jokes aside, it's a serious time for trans people. Trans people has said that we are perverts. That's what Trump said. It takes a pervert to talk about perverts. Trans people are not perverts. We're just trying to be authentic. And some inauthentic people don't like authenticity. Fair enough. Projection. Have a lovely day. Keep on smiling. If you enjoyed this comedy, smash the like button. If I touched on your toes, let me know. I'll try to do it again. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video or dislike. Step on your toes. I know. Take care. Oh, drop a comment too. But if you wish to remain silent, Fifth Amendment. Take care.